Happy New 2011 guys, ILTG here. I hope you had great times during the holidays, I know I did. For you, your families and loved ones, best wishes throughout the new year. A lot of achievements, both in RuneScape and in life. I want to start with the shocking announcement that Jagex ended last year with, that they will bring back the old wilderness and free trade if the majority of players vote for it. First, when people told me, I couldn't believe it, so I had to go and check for myself. And when I saw it, I was like, holy bullshit! They're really going to do it. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty sensitive on this matter. You know, I've played RuneScape for quite a while now to remember the old days when there was wilderness and there was free trade. You would have all these botting accounts on all servers that, you know, just gather resources to sell for gold, and they're not human, so you can have hundreds and thousands of these accounts on each server. So all this would result in immense amount of lag. So if you're having lag now, congratulations, because you're about to get fucked. Let's say, for example, back in the days I was a runecrafter and I want to runecraft. The only possible time for me to runecraft was in early mornings when there are not enough players and only the bots are there, so that results in a little less lag, and there were also less player killers in the wilderness. So that was the only normal time for me to do such activity as runecrafting, and that will also go for a lot of other activities that require your game to run just smoothly and not with so much lag. So Jagex are saying they have smartened up, they gotten better at dealing with bots, with macros and all that shit. So I really hope so, because that was a major issue back in the days. On the other hand, this will be a good update for trading, for example. If you want something really bad and you're ready to pay a high price for it, you'll be able to get it. While right now, like, a lot of items are just stuck in the GE and there's no way of buying them because their actual price is much higher than what it is in the GE. So that also goes for if you obtain a high value item and you want to sell it, but if you sell it in the GE right now, you fuck yourself, because the actual price is, let's say, 50 million more. But in order to sell it for 50 million more, you have to kind of, just create junk from somewhere that's worth 50 million in order to sell it. And that kind of, defeats the purpose, because you actually have to work your ass to get that 50 million somehow and then turn it into cash. Another good side is that you'll be able to freely trade, to your friends, like supplies, items, whatever. Also, say you're somewhere killing something and someone comes and really pisses you off, just a total smartass, and he suddenly dies and his item fall on the ground. I mean, probably first his grave will appear, but then he won't, in case he doesn't come back in time, or he can't come back in time. You can just collect his stuff and kind of like PM him and say, "You motherfucker, that's karma sucks," right? So all in all, it will be pretty exciting. For me, the most interesting part will be seeing Jagex dealing with this new monster they're creating. And I really hope they have the methods of keeping it in check, because otherwise it will be total disaster. Guess what, guys? Guess what? I got 99 cooking last night. Can you believe it? I got it along with my sweetheart, Miss River Blue, and it's her very first skill cape, so please post some cool comments greeting her, because it's a really big achievement. The first skill cape is always the hardest. I mean, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into, but once you get it, you have a pretty good idea what it feels like, what is required from you in order to get a 99 skill. There was a guy in the cooking guild with us that actually told me a pretty interesting fact, that the cooking skill cape emotion is the longest emotion of all, as in it takes longest time to complete. That's kind of interesting, and you can see it in this video. It's pretty damn long. As some of you already know, a while ago I stopped playing the game the normal way, as in, you know, you want something, you buy it, you use it. Instead, I can use only what I get myself. I cannot buy anything from the GE or buy anything from a player. I just gotta get it myself. So that kind of made me do stuff I don't usually do. For example, I started going to barrows, I started doing treasure trails, I started going to God Wars, fighting, you know, the God Wars bosses. It has been pretty fun, and I want to show you the drops I've gotten so far. I started off by doing barrows because I just couldn't walk around with ruined plate and legs. I needed some good armor. My first drop was a Darok's helm, which you won't see because I was not recording back then. My second drop was Thorax's chest, which I also don't have recorded, and all the following drops you're looking at right now. What I was really going for was Kareel top and bottom because that is really useful fighting bosses in God Wars. Sadly, I still haven't gotten those drops, but I will keep trying, and eventually I will get them, I'm sure. I'm really happy with the Varrock's helm and Varrock's skirt because they're widely used in God Wars for their, you know, prayer bonus and really high defense. The only other drop you won't see is the whip. I went for the whip to start with because we all know how useful that weapon is. Next you will see some dragon boots drops. Whenever I go to fight God Wars bosses, I get my kill counts at mages, the spiritual mages that drop the dragon boots. From the God Wars bosses so far, I've gotten just a God Sword Shard 2 and a Steam Staff. That's kinda disappointing, but I'll keep soloing them and hopefully something good will drop. I'm hoping for Zamorakian Spear, because that will be very useful for going to the Corporal Beast and trying for a Sigil. And I'm gonna end this with some treasure trail loots, and let me guys know what you think about the wilderness and the free trade upcoming update. Rate, comment, subscribe, and happy new year, and God bless you all.